Record on this computer. So how's everybody doing? I've been in Dubai now 2 weeks, so I'm just getting used to the time difference. But again, the US markets don't open for me until 6:30 p.m. So everything's a bit weird. I did trade oil Friday and copper for the pit opens and everything. So that was like 6 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. here. So it's just trying to get into a routine again for me, really. And until I've got my trading computer and everything set up, I'm not going to overtrade. Okay. So what I want to do today is we're getting lots of people starting to use the Guardian zones. And I think there's no confusion. I just want to make it very clear that if you're on a very small time frame, you don't need the weekly and the daily, guys. Okay. It's nice to see where they are, but then you can switch them off, because in reality, this is MES on a 1,000 tick chart, and this with the roller coaster. So just as a prime example here, remember the Guardian zones are totally automated. They will detect those decision points and put them on your chart. So somebody may ask, why did you take this long? Because this resistance zone on the 15-minute did not exist at that time when this came on. This was the first test. We came down for a second test, and then a third test on the 15-minute was done here. That's when that zone was printed, and it goes back to when it was first tested. Okay. So at the time of this trade, there was fresh air. It had come down to test this older 15-minute zone, and then the trade went up to the next 15-minute zone and the 1,000 tick zone as well. Then we got a short coming down, nice risk reward down to that 15-minute zone, and then so on and so forth. So again, we got it printed around here, but then we also got just inside there, we got the 1,000 tick support zone as well. We get a long signal here, goes up to test that resistance. Okay. Now, when we get this signal here, for example, we're not going to take it. There's not enough fresh air. We don't short into support. When we get this signal along here, there's not enough fresh air. Even up to this point here, we don't take the signal. So the Guardian zones are there to be your guardians, to give you reasons not to get in a trade. Your job is not to find every single trade that you think you can get in. The Guardian zones are decision points from institutional traders over multiple timeframes that are live, that will come in and out. So if it's not tested in N percentage bars, for example, over a percentage of price, it will disappear. For example, if I just go back to here, I can put on and click the previous zones. You see this zone here, it stopped at this point because it wasn't tested. Okay, just switch those off again. You see this zone here, it got pushed through on this trade, so it wasn't respected anymore, so it switched off automatically. Yes, these signals are roller coaster, will be. But if I zoom out here, you can see that there are sort of weeklies and dailies all the way down here. They're no good to you. They're not going to affect your trading today. So you can switch them off like this. Okay. Just leave the 15-minute and the current time frame. Let's go and have a look at, I don't know, MCL on here. So again, I've got all of them on. This is where patience, so this is the VWAP predator. This is where patience comes in here, guys. Okay. I know it's a swear word for most traders, but patience is very important. So what I'm firstly going to do is I'm going to take off the daily and the weekly zones. You can take off the 60-minute zones as well. You see, look, this is the example. It loads up default with all the zones on. So I see there's a 60-minute zone there. I'm just going to take that off a second. I'm going to take the 30, which is there as well, and the 15, okay? You can see that's very, very strong resistance. We are not going to go long with these buys or these buys because there's no fresh air. Now, when the sells start to come in, we're going short into support, short into support, short into support. We don't take them. But hey, presto, where's the biggest trade of the day on oil? This sell signal, VWAP predator, breaking this support, the next zone is all the way down here. Lots of risk to reward. How do we know what that risk to reward is? So, very simply, the setup for this trade, you've got the sell signal here. You've got confirmation from the BIAS Depth Map here. All 6 timeframes are red. Good confirmation. Simple. We use the fib extension tool. The pivot previous to the sell signal is just here. That's our click there. Our entry is just below the signal candle, 1 tick below the signal candle. Okay. We have a risk reward of 1 whole 1 to 1.6 clear air, 1.2. Okay, so this VWAP predator trade is the one to wait for. Okay, you would have been suckered into these if you didn't have the guardian zones or your support resistance zones on. And this is the most important thing here. It's not the amount of trades that you take, it's the high probability trades that you take that are most likely to be the winners. So all the way through this morning, if you'd have had the guardian zones on your chart, you wouldn't have bought, you wouldn't have taken the buy signals because we had a 60, 30, 15 and the 5-minute resistance there. There's no way that price action is going to push through there unless there's data. Again here, sell signal, we're selling into support, not just on the 5-minute, but on the 15-minute here. There's no fresh air. We're not taking them. We're being patient. We get a sell signal here. It's broken through this support. It's tried here, and then eventually it's broken through. We've got a sell signal on the VWAP predator. Our risk to reward to the next zone is 1 to 2. We're going to take the trade. Okay. Now with the VWAP predator, we stay in this trade as long as the ribbon is red. Again, it's about maximizing profits. It's not about taking quick wins. This thing's going to go all the way down to that zone there, 76. You've just got to be patient. That's where your target is. Once it gets close to there, you know, 76.37 is a risk reward of 1 to 1.6. You're going to take the profit there. Guardian zones will not be available for TradingView in any time soon, Edith, purely because the logic is too complicated for it actually to work on TradingView. What we've decided to do, and we're still in talks with development team, is to develop our own dashboard, which will have everything on. It will have alerts. It will have the Guardian zones. It will have the new Slingshot cool tool on there that's coming out in a few months, but that's going to be a year away. Right now, the logic is too complex. There's only the NinjaTrader platform that can deal with it, but I needed to get it out because these institutional zones, no other retail traders get the opportunity to see these. Okay, these are automated. This took a year to develop because I know those zones because I've drawn them for the last 20 years and I was an institutional trader. So I know how and when institutional traders make decisions. Now we can more automate those, but NinjaTrader is the only platform which is capable of dealing with that logic. So I'm sorry, it's NinjaTrader or nothing, but we have had people that have been on Think or Swim for a lot of years just moved to NinjaTrader, not just because of the Guardian zones, but all the other products that we have, but also they can connect their TD Ameritrade to NinjaTrader. You can connect interactive brokers to NinjaTrader. You know, there's a lot to be said for NinjaTrader. It's a very powerful platform that we can do some amazing things with. Okay, TradingView is a web-based platform, so there's only certain things that you can do with indicators. So Edith, I'm sorry, right now we are NinjaTrader only. See this trade? Look, it's going all the way down. I mean, you're seeing this live. Okay, this being patient, and those guys on my apprenticeship course this year will already know after this first month that patience pays off. Actually understanding the behavior, the support and resistance zones, the channels, and taking the right trades pays off. Okay, we had one guy on the apprenticeship yesterday, just trading micros, made $1,000 profit. Okay, because he's listening and he's learning and he's not over trading. So this is a trade that went in at 77.72. It's now at 76.52. Okay, that's a lot of ticks. That's over 100 ticks, and it's worth waiting for. And if you don't get them in a trading day, you just walk away and you don't take them. The idea of the guardian zones, that's why they're called the guardian zones. It's to keep you safe and to ensure that you're trading into fresh air. So any signal strategy that you use, this is the VWAP predator. It could be the xBrat algo. It could be the Elliott wave. It could be something that we don't even provide. You need fresh air to trade into. You don't short into support and you don't go long into resistance. You need to find a reason not to trade. And when there's no fresh air, you don't take the signal. Okay, and it's as simple as that. This is basic stuff, but this particular Guardian Zone software has taken over a year to develop. There's some special logic in there which keeps the zones alive, takes them off when they're no longer relevant, adds new ones when they are relevant. Trade between the zones, simple, simple, simple. So this one is 120 ticks ish now, 140 ticks even. Okay, so this is doing exactly what it says on the tin, guys. Okay, micro oil will be the same. We got lots of signals before, but they were in a lot of noise, no fresh air. Got the right signal, the right risk to reward, fresh air, and it's going. Yes, Bill. So to place the trade on NinjaTrader, Bill. So let me just minimize that a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a trade ticket. Okay, so on your NinjaTrader, you're going to go to new, you're going to open an order ticket. I'm just going to do it on sim. I'm not going to place the order now. So what the first thing you're going to do is you're going to decide the quantity. So you say you're going to trade 5 contracts. Okay, the order type would be a stop market. Okay, very important. Remember, you are going to place this order when you go through the start point. So the low here was about 77.74. We want to go in a 77.72. So on a stop market, we would type in 77.72. Okay, so 5 stop market. Make sure the account's right, whether it's on sim or live. The stop price is 77.72, and then you would click sell. That would put an order on at 77.72. Okay, it won't submit it now, it's below there, but then the order would come on the chart. Okay, Bill, does that satisfy how you would place that stop market order? Please use the chat if you can, guys. It's easier than me looking at all the questions. In fact, I think it put it on, or did it? No. The order's rejected purely because it was below where it should be. So that one's done. Hi, Ivan. We're going through major changes at the moment, Ivan. We won't be putting any more packages together right now because I've taken on a new marketing team and everything, and we're spending the next 3 months putting a lot of things together. So at this moment in time, no. But if you're an existing customer, you don't get unless you ask. Email Damien at damien@globaltradingsoftware.com. Ask him for a voucher code, a coupon code. If you are going to buy Guardian Zones, there's no discount on because it's a subscription, okay? And it's only $50 a month. And I would get it now because it's going to go up. The VWAP Predator and Heat Map together, I'm sure Damien can sort out a 10% discount for you if you email him today, and he will give you a coupon code to buy those two together, get this discount on. The Guardian Zone is a subscription. It's only $50 a month, but once we get to, I think it's 500, I've put the limit at, it's actually going to double in price. But once you're locked in on that lower price, you are locked in for your subscription. And I'm telling you now, $50 a month is not a lot of money to stay safe. Okay, it's going to save you 10 times that much, if not more, 100 times that much. It's to keep you safe. So those two are answers. So then the close and sell I can't really do because we've not got an order on. Let's see if there's another trade I could make. Is there anything on HG? Oh, there's a HG here. Okay, so let's do HG. Let's put an order on HG. There's not a great deal of space there to the next support zone, but I'm just going to show you how that would work because that's a daily zone. Okay, take the daily zone off. There will be days with no signals, but to be honest, you will get signals every day. Again, if you just stick, I mean, I just stick to copper and oil right now, and I'm getting signals almost every day. So it's not, you know, there'll be days when there's lots of clutter and lots of support and resistance, but those are probably the best days to stay out anyway. So let's just look at this order ticket here. So this is a good example. So where's my order ticket? So we're going to change that to HG. I want to sell at 4.1. Okay, so I want to stop market 4.100. Okay, and I'm going to click sell. Okay, so now my order is on. I can adjust that now to slightly just above there, like that. So it's just about right. Now, when you get into a trade, and I'll put the chart trader on here. So when you get into a trade, when you don't place the stop straight away with NinjaTrader, it's a little bit weird. So you're going to use what's called an ATM strategy. So what you can do is set up a number of defaults here to give you a profit target and a stop loss target, and then you can adjust them on your chart. So what I want to do is I've got an ATM up here. It's called custom. If I just go to edit here, so order quantity 1 ticks, stop loss, put it 20, profit at 20. You can change that to 30 if you wish. 30. Okay. If it's the first time you're doing it, you save as a template. I'm going to click OK. I'm not going to put a stop strategy in, not going to make it complicated because I can adjust them by hand. Okay. So if I just click OK there, that's my ATM strategy in. Okay. You can only put that on now when the trade is in. So let's see if this trade goes in. Where's the next support zone apart from the daily? Long way down. There is a daily zone there. Okay. Very, very interesting there. So in reality, I wouldn't take this trade. Even on the 3-minute chart, it could push into the daily zone for sure. Okay, if you take those off, there's a lot of fresh air. But just be aware, you're on a 3-minute chart. We've got a sell signal. Is the daily really going to affect it? The daily on a 3-minute chart, if you look, is very wide, and you've got there's a lot of support down here, to be honest. It's not a great looking trade, but let's just see. What I might do is just adjust that so it will take us in. So I can just actually, if I just put it up above there, I can't do it because it's stock market, isn't it? Okay, I've just adjusted it really close. So if it comes down, we can get in, and then we can use that ATM strategy on there for that. So we're just going to wait for it to get in, and then it's going to be on your positions that we will actually then adjust that if we can get it to go in. So you can hide this bit on the right now as well by clicking on here, Chart Trader Hidden. So it still keeps the orders on. And we'll just see if this hits. Typical, it's going up now. So remember, a stock market has got to go through the start line. So if it's a short, it's got to be below the current price. And when we're actually talking about this, so this is not a real example because we'd only be selling it below the low of the sell candle. If you're going long, it's got to be above the high of the buy candle and above the current price. That nearly took us in there. So the order's filled. So the next thing we want to do now on our NinjaTrader is we see there's a position open. Okay, if we right click on here, we can apply that ATM strategy that we've got. If we click apply now, you see the stop comes on and you see the take profit. What you want to do for this one, for example, the stop needs to be above those zones there. So you just click it, drag it, click again, and it moves it. Okay. If we want to take, I don't know, whatever ticks, so we take 30 ticks out of this one, for example, we just adjust it there. So that's your stop and your limit order that's on. You can move your chart out of the way if you wanted to now. The idea with this now is if, for example, the price action continues to move down and you want to make it risk-free, you could drag that stop to here. So we'll hang around just for 5 minutes, see what this price action does. To be honest, I wouldn't have taken this trade anyway. I just wanted to show you time is it now? 21:24. Okay. So this is probably not going to happen. No, they're not that important here. They're just, when they come on as default, just see where they are. Is there confluence between them, 60, 30, or 15, or all of them? If so, they're very, very relevant. If there's no confluence, then, you know, I'd like some fresh air, but then the idea is they're very fat zones, and to be honest, you could go into them quite a way. So, you know, just the idea is to see where there's confluence, and we can look for that there. So hopefully that answers your question on how to get in, get out of trade. Now, you can get in there. So risk-free would be, so our entry was at 41120. So you need to cover costs. So you'd need to be 1 or 2 ticks below there. Okay. I'm just going to let that run for a while. Because my stop's in, okay, and then we're going to go to another one. So Zahir, what do you trade and on what time frame? MES 5 minutes. So let's change that to 5 minutes. Let it do its thing. Okay. There's not been any great trading opportunities today. I would trade tick charts, to be honest, on index futures. So, you know, where is the nearest daily zone? All the way down here. Okay, so it's not really going to affect you today, at all. Nearest 60-minute zones down here. Where's the 30? Yeah, there's a 30 up there. So we got confluence. Let's take them off a second. So we got confluence here. If I just undo the 30 and put it back on again, there's confluence between the 15 and the 60-minute. This is why this is really strong resistance. And we've got low resistance form now on this 5-minute, which is the orange. So there's been no real long trading opportunities today. And to be honest, on the 5-minute chart, there's been very, very few short trading opportunities because there's not enough fresh air. You see this one here, don't short into support, see what happened? Came back up again. There's a small long, but again, the risk reward wasn't fantastic. It didn't run. This short failed. We wouldn't have taken it. There's no fresh air. So in reality, you know, even though that looks like a losing trade, if you've got the Guardian zones, you're not going to take it, okay? This one here, the stop's got to be all the way up here. Entry's here. You're not going to take it. This is a day not to do it. Let's have a look at the 1 minute. Just check on that trade, what it's doing. Okay, that's in profit right now. Okay, let's just let it run for a little longer, see if we can get a bit of momentum with it going, and then I can show you how to adjust the stop. So let's go back to MES 1 minute. So 15-minute zones obviously don't change. There are very, very few trading opportunities today, okay? Very, very few. Again, you're not going to go long into resistance. You're not going to go long into resistance. You're not going to go short into support. You see that fail? That is a massive risk there for very little reward. Well, we hopefully, yes, but right now we're stuck with what we've got. So yeah, but if I just take you back to a tick chart, there were more trading opportunities on a tick chart, okay? And you can see that, again, this zone was not there when we had that trade. You know, there are better. I mean, even if you went to Unirenco data series, Unirenco, I don't know what's good for MES. I'm just going to put the standard 135 for scalping. So with Guardian zones, you've got to make sure that you're over 2,000 bars, 2002 bars, for example, and then let it do its thing. Okay. The thing is with Unirenco, you've got to find the right groove for roller coaster. There's some good trades. There's some very good trades today. Okay, so this trade, these moves up here, for example, this signal here came at 9:48. It hit this zone. Short was a little winner. Long, you don't take into resistance. Long, you don't take. Short, great, big winner. Okay, long. No. Again, I don't know what the right time frame is for Unirenco on MES because I've not changed it. But the idea is bounces off support, look, goes long, winner. Short, winner. Short, yeah, that's not a bad time frame. I think it could be worked on a little better. But again, here, look, comes to test a 15-minute, gets a signal, goes long as a winner. Let's have a see how HG is doing. It's gone slow. How slow can you go? So you see how MCL here, look, hit that zone and the confluence of zones. So we take the 60 off a second, take the 15. So there's two 15-minute zones in there. How do I know? Because there's an overlap here and it's lighter blue. So there's a confluence of two 15-minute zones, and you see how it came all the way down here bounced off and moved up again. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. These are automatic zones with institutional trader decision-making logic. Okay, it looks at the decisions that institutional traders have made on all of these time frames, and if they've made them n percentage of time within n percentage of price, and those pivots are with the rules of the logic, it will print those on those different time frames. And then if they are not tested, it will remove them. Okay, so this isn't voodoo or anything like that. This is what institutional traders do. Okay, and it's as simple as that. They will wait patiently. They will not take these trades because there's too much resistance up above. There's too much support down below. Then they get the right signal. They're patient, they wait, they make 150 ticks. Simple as that. It's not about overtrading. Let's go back to, what was 300 tick look like today? I think there's too much support and resistance on MES today. Yes, Bill, we do. So where is it? So for me, if I've got over 100 ticks between that zone and that zone, I have to put, I mean, to be honest, I'm probably a couple of ticks short of that. Okay, that's where my take profit would be, right? Without a doubt, because I know it will bounce off, regardless of what this is doing. This has kept me in the trade. This here, but right now, I'd like to, you know, at that point, I would have taken that 145 or whatever ticks it was. So you can put those limit orders like we have done on here. Where is it? You can adjust those as and when you want to those zones. You know, if I wanted to let this run all night to the next 60-minute zone, which is all the way down here, I would probably just put it around about there, 325 ticks, and let it run. It's not a great deal of risk here. You know, if I was walking away from the computer, which you shouldn't do, by the way, that's the sort of distance you could trade it if you just wanted to let it run and leave the stock where it was. Okay, for me, I would not leave the computer until I'm risk-free. Okay, and at this moment in time, I would not be risk-free because it needs to move a hell of a lot more. It needs to break this pivot. If it breaks this pivot, it could really go for it. If it reacts at this pivot and comes back up again, we might see another zone on this 3-minute form. So hopefully, Bill, that answers your question. Let's have a look at a different, let's have a look at 6E. And let's start with a 5 minutes, and then we'll work from there. So don't be afraid of trading something you've never traded before. 6E is very liquid, very reactive to data, and does have some good moves when you can get the data to load up. Don't know why that's not doing anything. Okay, swing traders, good question. Excellent question. Yes, it does. So I need to make sure I've got data for stocks. Do you trade stocks, Bill, or futures when you're swing trading? Stocks, okay. I just need to put the I just need to connect another data so I can get stocks data. So bear with me a second. It's the wrong contract, is it? Right, okay. Ah, I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife. Okay, let's put a stock on there. Everybody likes a bit of Apple. So, Bill, for futures, NinjaTrader Continuum is about 12 bucks a month. It's nothing. I get free stocks data because I'm a vendor, but again, it's not very expensive at all. NinjaTrader is one of the cheapest for data. Did that connection? No. Oh, my Kinetic's not working because I'm on my laptop. I don't trade stocks off the laptop even when I'm traveling. I'm try end of day data. Yes, you do. Zahir, you need a NinjaTrader license. You can't have a free license. Nothing will work on there, and you won't get data anyway. So that's put on. Remember, nothing is worth any value if it's free. Guardian zones. Nothing is of any value if it's free. Okay, so remember, with the zones, the current time frame is on the chart. So for example, this is Apple on the daily. So the orange is the day. Yeah, the weekly is in the purple down here. Okay, so for example, look at this move down here on Apple in June last year. It just didn't hit the daily, it hit a weekly zone, and look what it did. Boom, all the way up to here. Yeah, and then it came down again. And then it hit this new zone that had formed here, which was a weekly and a daily. This one only formed when it hit there and it came again. It bounced off there again. And then you can see it ricocheting between these zones now, okay? We can actually change that time frame to say, I don't know, you swing trade off 60-minute, Bill? Some people do. I have done before. Yeah. So let's go to 60-minute. To be honest, you can swing off 30 minutes. This is end of day data. I can't do it. Sorry, I haven't got the data. I wonder if it will give me a stock that so annoying because I haven't got my main computer on, so because it's over there in the corner. I'm still trying to set things up in Dubai, so I don't think it's going to allow me to get in there. I do apologize, but you see what I mean with that. So if I had a 240 chart on here, the zones would be the 240 in orange, the daily in yellow, sort of gray, and then so on and so forth. So I can actually show you that on an index, for example. So if we were to go to RTY on the 60-minute, I'd need to change the data series. You see that the little thing up here, there's only 8 to 8 bars, you need 2000, okay? So when you go to data series, go to bars 2002, because it needs that to apply the logic. You're welcome, Ivan. Yeah, email Damien, he'll sort you out. So RTY, 60-minute is in orange this time because that's the current live time frame. These are your daily zones. There's no weekly zones in view right now. Amazing. Okay. So if I change that data series now to 240, now your 240 is in orange because that's the current time frame you see up here. Your dailies are in gray up here and here. For example, if you had a signal now to go long when you've breached this 240 zone and you know your next daily zone's up here and this was a stock, there's a bloody good trade coming up. Yeah. We can't use VWAP on there anyway because it's a stock. How's that HG trade doing? It's going nowhere. Going nowhere fast. MCL, what did it do? Okay, it's coming down to test that support again right now. But again, that was a great trade. I can guarantee if that was on normal oil and you made $1,500 and you can do that once a week, is it worth having the VWAP for life for $1,000? And right now you can get the Guardian zones for $50 a month. Okay, $1,500 trade there. I would wait. If I got 2 of them a week and I was very patient, $3,000 a week. VWAP Predator costs you $1,000 for life, and it's $50 a month to keep you safe with the Guardian zones. That's a great return on investment, guys. I'm sorry, you don't need to take 20 trades a day. You need to take the high probability trades into fresh air. Okay, if you've got no fresh air, it's a shot in the dark. Sometimes you get lucky and you think you're a fantastic trader. The next time you take the same trade and you lose. That's trading. If you take your time and you've got the right tools, Guardian zones is one of them to keep you safe, and you've got fresh air, and then you've got something like the VWAP Predator for day trading, you're going to do well. Okay, get that BIAS Depth Heatmap to give you that confirmation as well, and everything's good. So what I'm going to do is just going to close this trade. It's going nowhere. So how long we got left on this webinar? We've got a little time. I'll just leave it. I just had a funny sound in my earbuds. Can you still hear me, guys? Sorry. Okay, thank you. Let's just have a look. Thank you, Wilbert. I'm going to go onto the 5-minute with RTY, actually. I'm going to put on the Guardian zones. Sorry, the VWAP Predator. VWAP Predator. There's only been one decent trade today. There was a sell there, but the next couple of candles didn't take it, and then we got a buy signal into resistance anyway, so we wouldn't have taken that. There's been one sell signal, it's come down here. RTY has not been a great contender today. In fact, when I looked at the MES chart, I could tell that basically all of the indexes have not been really tradable today. And you can say oil was the trade of the day. And guess what? I trade oil and copper only right now because they're in the groove. Don't bother with indexes. It's just not going. And you see how oil's going back down again? Look what copper's doing in return. It's coming back down again. Okay. So I just want to give you an example here. Now, if this was moved down further, yeah, 3 minutes and 5 minutes is great for VWAP, forex, and futures. You can toy with 10 minutes. But 3 and 5 minutes is really, really good for VWAP because it's about volume, and you'd like to measure those volume through those fib zones from the VWAP quite consistently, and you can do that and get more moves. And again, with the safety of the Guardian zones, you're only going to go into the right trades anyway. So did I get the 6E working eventually? Yeah, let me just reload historical data. So if you see gaps in your data, guys, right click, reload historical data on NinjaTrader. Okay, those gaps have disappeared now. For me personally, I only use roller coaster now on tick charts or Unirenko. So roller coaster for me at the moment, I'm just running on auto trader on copper on Unirenko 135. If you're trading off standard charts, VWAP is better. Let's go 3 minute on 6E, see what we got today. I think I prefer VWAP again on this. Indicators. Remember, hang on a sec, let me just add this. Why? A lot of resistance up there, but there was some good buys down here. Let me just get rid of the, sorry, apologies. Going to get rid of the roller coaster a second. It recalculates. So just a quick, right. Volume weighted average price. So the VWAP on the indicator, this is the normal VWAP that you get, this blue line. We have two sort of fib zones that mirror the VWAP here, okay? We will only take longs in the green zone. We will only take shorts in the red zone. But again, the principle of this is that we must have more volume than the previous candle, higher than average volume, and we must cross from one zone, open here, and close in the other zone. That's the only way we're going to get a signal here, okay? There's another few parameters, but that just keeps it simple. So, for example, this buy signal here coming off this support is a great buy signal, and it goes all the way up to the next resistance zone, okay? Really, really good. We wouldn't have taken that one because we stick to our rules. But you see, if I start taking the zones away, look. Yeah, there we go. So we don't take that zone. Where are we right now? We are coming back all the way down. If we start to get into, so for example, if we get a candle that opens here, closes across the VWAP and has all the volume criteria, we will get a sell signal. I would prefer, if we got a sell signal here, we'd have to go short below this support. Okay, that would be the rules. HG is flat. Okay, it's not running. We've got to be patient. Let's just go back in time a little bit on 6E. Back to yesterday. It resets at the end of every day, by the way. Okay, so when you get the session close, it resets. Right, the heat map does not look for a trade, okay? And let me explain the heat map to you. So the heat map is for confirmation, right? So let's go to the MCL trade today. So the heat map, for example, on this buy signal here, you can see the 6 time frames above this one are neutral, bearish, neutral, green, green. Yeah. It's for confirmation. Yeah. Signal, confirmation, entry, trade management. We get two forms of confirmation. So let's make it simple. We get the signal. All 6 time frames are red. That's our confirmation. The next confirmation that helps us with the entry is the support and resistance zones. We're out of this one. The next one's down here. That's our entry strategy. Signal, confirmation, entry. Loads of fresh air, trade management, done. The manager is used in conjunction with all the indicators except for the VWAP, because it's got its own trade management. The red ribbon here, and the roller coaster, because the roller coaster, did I have it on anywhere? Nope. So the roller coaster has the trade management built in as well. Right, Fred, the developer's working on this issue right now, okay? Right, so is that going to push down below here? Is that going to make me feel happy about giving that? Come on, push down, push down. If we get 1, 2, if we get a third test here, we might get another support zone forming. Just depends how this candle reacts here. It's about the right percentage for me to do it manually, 3, but we'll see how it closes. Let's keep an eye on this. Any more questions while we're watching paint dry? $125, 137.50 in profit now. I just want this candle to close so I can show you how to adjust and make it risk-free. I think we'll just get 1 tick below there. I'm just going to click, drag, and put it to that pivot there, so it's easier for me to move when this candle closes. Got a bit of support here. Look, we've tried on the, I mean, to be honest, we would not be in this trade. This was just so you could see how to put it on. Somebody asked the questions how to put trades on. In reality, that's the signal candle. We'd go short below that. It didn't go below that within a few candles. Okay, so that candle's closed. So I'll make that risk-free by just bringing that down. There's the entry. 1 tick, click. That is now risk-free. If it comes back against you, it takes you out at this point. You win $12.50, take away your fees and things like that, you're a few bucks up, but it's covered your costs. So this is what I mean by risk-free. So in reality now, I could walk away from this computer, go and take my wife out to dinner, and I've got a risk-free trade. I could let it run all the way, if it did, to the next 60-minute zone, which is down here somewhere, okay? Or just put whatever I want on there. So does that make sense? You just need the cheapest ones are here at $12.50. Okay, you don't need too deeper type of data. Okay, guys, any more questions before I go? So we've covered quite a bit today with the Guardian zones and what they're there for, to keep you out of trouble, basically. And then we've gone through the VWAP roller coaster, showed you some great examples of being patient. And, you know, and then gone through how to put a trade on with NinjaTrader, that ATM strategy to put your stop and target on, and then it's just basically drag and drop. But you must make sure that you've got your chart trader on. Okay, once you've got your chart trader on, you can put it chart hidden, and then you can just drag and drop these things. Yeah, you need the $12 for level 2. Yeah. It's a $12 package. You need that live data. Okay, it's not. It's a business cost. Let's look at this. Trading is a business. Before I go, I want to let you into a secret here. Okay, I've always treated trading like a business. I've been doing it for 20 years. There is a cost to business. It could be 6 monitors. And by the way, I've just seen the first 55-inch curved monitor here in Dubai in the mall. It is phenomenal. Anyway, 2 of them and you're sorted. You know, the chair you sit in, the desk, it's all a business expense. If you spend 5,000, there's a stop there, so taken out. If you spend $5,000 on monitors, another 2,000 on computers, why wouldn't you spend $12 a month on data? Why wouldn't you spend $50 a month on the Guardian zones to keep you safe? You know, you wouldn't spend $50,000 on a car if it had no seatbelts, because you wouldn't be safe. They're 40,000 dirhams, so $10,000 for one monitor. It's 55-inch curved. I have never seen one until I got here. It is phenomenal. To be honest, you only need that one, because then if you cut that into 4, right, pit opening for European gold is 8 a.m. EST, 8 a.m. European time, which is 2 a.m. EST. The next open is the London Stock Exchange and the European Stock Exchange at 9 a.m. European time, which is 3 a.m. EST. They're the only 2. Wow, Sean, that is good value. Is it the curved one? Yeah, this one's curved. Yeah, oh yeah, it's still good. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, excellent. The next time I'm out in the mall, I will take a picture. It's in the Emirates Mall of the 55-inch curved monitor. You'll be blown away. Okay, guys, that's it for today. It's been a good session. Hopefully you understand more about the Guardian zones and more about the VWAP. To be honest, what I'm trading right now is VWAP on HG and oil, and the range breakout on HG and oil. And the range breakout is the oil pit open for US, because that's 6 p.m. my time. So those are when I get a trading day in, at the moment only once a week, that's all I'm trading using those 2. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Edith. Take care, everybody. Cheers, Wilbur. Thank you. I will put the recording on YouTube tomorrow, because it's very late. It's 10 p.m. here, so I'll do it tomorrow. Cheers, Sean. Cheers, Adhere. Fred, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for coming along. Don't forget, if you've got any more questions, email info@globaltradingsoftware.com. Cheers, Damien. Thank you. Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Mark. There's the email address for everybody. I'll see you in 1 month's time, and the guys on the apprenticeship in 2 weeks' time ish.